Hello everyone, welcome to UMATA. Who matters? UMATA. I'm G-Man and I'm here in Florida where I live, and today we're going to talk about why did we used to be thin? Kind of seems like an obvious question, but something we don't really ask enough. I was previously talking about the implications of technology and how the technology has changed about the physical need of the physical body to go and need to be places for anything to be consumed or created. The reason why things used to be the way they were for hundreds of thousands, millions of years, is because you're a monkey, okay? You're an ape. I'm a monkey, you're a monkey, we're all apes here. And if you want to go back and if you want to understand why you are in the place you are now and why we are as a species are here where we are now, all you have to do is look at any other animal in biology. People always talk about, everyone's overweight, everyone eats too much, no one exercises anymore, blah, 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 blah. That's true. But what hasn't changed? Every other animal on planet Earth hasn't changed. How come there aren't any fat birds? How come there aren't any fat lions? How come there aren't any fat gazelles? It's a fair question. It's the year 2024. They still look exactly the same as they did a million years ago. So why is that important? Because you have to understand that it's the technology that we've invented as tool makers and tool builders that has augmented our society. And it's the recapture of the control of those tools and those technologies that's going to get you in a place where you can overcome that. If you can't overcome the technology of your phone, if you can't overcome the technology of your computer, if you can't overcome the technology of your TV, you're screwed. If you can't have authority over the consumption of it, you're never going to become a better person. You're never going to overcome your challenges. It's the tools that we've built and the lack of understanding of how to use them wisely that is the root of the problem. And so the simple reason why we never used to be like this is because the tools that did that weren't there. If you wanted to have food, there was no car. There was no gasoline that was processed and put in a tank to put into that car. You had to go grow it. That takes dozens of hours every day for weeks on end. If you wanted to have a family, you had to go and meet someone. These are the reasons why, if you just watch the videos from like 100 years ago, everyone's so darn thin. Because back then, if you wanted to create anything, if you wanted to consume anything, if you wanted to socialize and experience anything, you had to physically be there. And you had to physically be there every day. And the distance of that was much farther. Well, that's actually not true. The distances were actually closer. But they didn't have the technologies like cars, airplanes, internet to shrink those distances on a relative basis of the time rate that it takes to get things done. So you had to go into the field and you had to go create every piece of corn, every grain of wheat, everything. And it's the lack of that daily toil. That's a key thing there. It's the lack of daily toil that is the reason why we're in where we're in. And since we can't go backwards, because no one's going to do that, I like my air conditioning, I like my Honda Civic, I like my jet airplanes, I love Airbnb. You got to ask yourself, if we've removed the daily toil, and now we're dying because of it earlier than we should, how do you get that back? There's only one way, and that is you have to install that daily toil back into your life artificially. You need to put back pain into your life. That's the key. You have to find things in life that are painful. You have to find things in life that are uncomfortable. And you need to put that back into your life. And I'll give you an example of that. So I'll give you an example of that toil. Right now I'm walking a long distance. I will probably walk 3 or 4 miles today in over an hour, and it will take over an hour to do it. And it is not comfortable to walk that long, and I do this 3 to 5 times a week, maybe more. That is the pain that I'm taking. Instead of having to walk great distances 100 years ago to go to work or whatever, I'm simulating that pain in my life again. The other thing I simulate is eating less food. You know, I can go to any restaurant right now, swipe a credit card, and I will be very comfortable eating a lot of food. Today for lunch, I had some trail mix and a salad. For dinner, I'm just gonna have a steak. And that is an artificial form of pain. You know, no one wants to just eat a small amount of food all the time. And it's not good to do it all the time. But on a day-to-day basis, that's how we lived, because you had to ration your food just to get through 1 week. And so you have to acknowledge that you're not going to eat like a king every day. Period. So that's the key. The reason why people were thin back then was because of the geographical challenges without the technology. And then on top of that, there was a daily painful toil associated with it. So for you to get back to the baseline, you got to invert it and artificially install that pain, that hardship, that toil. You don't have to do it all day long. You don't have to do it every day. But you do need to artificially inject it at least 5 to 10 to 20% of a normal week. You need to go towards the pain if you want to become the person you want to be. I'm G-Man, this is UMATA. Like, comment, subscribe, talk to me, I'll comment back. I get bored. See ya.